Hi folks, welcome again to the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today we have another review, in this case the release by Umbrella Entertainment of the Masters of the Universe. Hello again and thanks for tuning in for another review, in this case the release by Umbrella Entertainment of the Masters of the Universe. But before we start, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're interested in physical media, especially Blu-ray reviews and sometimes also soundtracks on vinyl. You can also find me on Instagram, which has the same handle, Physical Media EU, where I post detailed pictures of all the items that I review. Now yes, with that said, we can take a look at this beautiful release by Umbrella Entertainment, and there you can see how it's only a section of the cover that has this shiny end and the rest is matte. So very nice, I think. Very nice attention to detail. Now moving on to the back, here you can see the contents of the box set, also some information about the contents and some technical details, but we will go over all of those in a second. Here is the spine. Also mentioned here on the back, it says that this is a limited edition. Only 3,000 are made of this. And if I remove this card from the back, this is the real back of the box set. Actually, it's the first time I see it. So very nice. And it looks like this fits inside the box set. Yes. So okay, perfect. I can just store it there. So now if we open this one up, we find three things: a booklet, some art cards, and also the movie. So let's begin by taking a look at the art cards first, which all of them are just white on the back. Let's go by one because I think they look super good. So here we have Skeletor. You can see also it has the umbrella logo there on the bottom left. Moving on. You can see, or I'll try to do my best so you can see it on the video, but the printing quality of these ones is very nice. Also, it's quite sturdy. The cardboard where this is printed. Here we have He-Man and Orko. Now, Skeletor again. Now, He-Man and a very young Courtney Cox before she adopted the Arquette last name, and He-Man here again. Then this one, and finally this is the last one. And the fact that they come in a box that I think allow them to make the art cards bigger, because they didn't have to fit them inside the case of the Blu-ray, right? So very nice size, I think. Now let's take a look at the booklet here, front and back. And it has 48 pages. Here you can take a look at the contents. This is also something that I will post on Instagram. And now, as you can see, the booklet is in English, which is always nice to have. Let's explore a little bit more of the contents of the booklet. This is part of the missing She-Ra pages. Another thing also to mention is that the booklet is quite sturdy. Like the pages are thick. It's not just like cheap paper. So I think in general the whole box set looks and feels very good quality. And this is the last page of the booklet. Now finally moving on to the movie. It has this slipcover, as you can see there, transparent case but with slipcover, which looks super good. Also you can see here how it has a shiny end on the image, but the cardboard is actually matte finish. Also this photo in the back. Now if we take this one out, here finally we see the Blu-ray case with this very nice poster they've included here. Here is the back. If you want to pause the video, now is a good time. And a thing to mention about the cover is that it is reversible, as you can see here, because it originally comes with these badges about like the age restriction. So I flipped it over already. I think it's very nice when they include these double-sided covers, because then you can just flip it, and then you don't have to look at the badge here anymore. Now let's take a look at the label of the disc. There we go. And then here on the side there is a double-sided poster. So on one side is the same image that we just saw on the cover, and then this other one. So both look super nice. I think the printing quality is probably all right. I'm pretty sure the source of this was not the best, so this is probably the best they could do. And also you can see the paper has some shiny finish to it. Might depend on your taste if you like it or not. For me it's fine. I don't think I will hang this poster anytime soon. But that's not because of the movie or the quality of the posters. Generally I like to keep the things that comes in the releases within the release and not like spread around the house. So that's it for the presentation, but now we can talk about the movie and picture quality. So for me, being someone born in the mid-80s, this movie has a lot of significance because I watched it many times when I was a kid. I was a huge fan of the He-Man cartoons back then, and so I watched this movie many times. Although this is the first time I have it as a physical release, I'm pretty sure I never had it on DVD, and I never had any other Blu-ray. So when Umbrella announced this limited collector's edition, it looked so appealing to me that I really wanted to get it. And I have watched this movie before, or for the last time before doing this review, not that long ago. Maybe something like, I want to say something like 5 years ago. And I remember that was maybe the first time I have seen it since my childhood. And I remember thinking like, oh yeah, the movie was actually not that great. Actually, I didn't have the same feeling when I watched this one a couple of days ago, just to make this review. I think enjoyed it more than the previous time I watched it. Maybe it's connected to watching it finally through a physical release and having taken a look at the booklet and so on before I started watching it. So it was a nice experience. Although of course I recognize the movie is not that good, I still enjoyed it a lot. Now regarding picture quality, I think this is a very nice Blu-ray. It's not 4K, there's no 4K transfer of this one. I'm not sure the reasons, but probably making a 4K transfer involves a lot of investment, right? That maybe the people at MGM didn't consider there was a big enough fan base or or an audience big enough to make a 4K transfer for it. But again, the Blu-ray looks very good. It didn't make me wish for a 4K, I think, at any point. So I still consider this a definitive release for this movie. Now a little bit of a downside is maybe the audio track, which only has a stereo 2.0 audio track. Again, that's something that maybe could have been 5.1. Not to mention like Dolby Atmos or anything like that. Of course, that's probably not possible for the size of a Blu-ray, but probably a 5.1 audio track could have been possible, and that would have been a nice enhancement. But again, in my opinion, maybe that's being a little picky, and this stereo audio track sounded pretty well. On another review that I watched several months ago, because this release is actually 6 months old, I just got my hands on it now, but it's 6 months old, so I have watched reviews already about it. There is an Easter egg on the menu, so the logo of the Masters of the Universe is selected. If you click there is a promotional video that shows a series of upcoming movies that not all of them were produced in the end. And again, we're talking about a movie from 1987, so it's movies from back then. I can't remember the channel where I watched this, but I will put the link in the description, and when I edit this video, I will name the handle of the channel here as well, so you check it out because it was a very nice review. Now let's move on and talk about the special features, because this set is packed of them. So the first is audio commentary with the director Gary Goddard. There are also some extended interviews with actors of Lundgren, also the producer, production designer, co-writer. Then there are some featurettes, one of them called Masters of the Universe 2, about the movie that never came out. Then Tales of the Sequel. Then there's another one called Behind the Legend. This is an archival one, so even older. So there are none that were new for this specific release. Also some trailers, a stills gallery, and it's mentioned here that there is an Easter egg also included. And this release that comes from Australia is Region B, but Umbrella is known for not actually locking their Blu-rays, so they have to mention that they are region locked, but in the end they are not. And if you're wondering about the subtitles, there's only one track that's in English. And as I said at the beginning, this is a limited edition, only 3,000 of them comes from Australia, so it can be a little bit challenging to get. But not all hope is lost, because now there is a new release, now in this time coming out in Europe by 88 Films, also with a collector's edition of the movie that is coming out around these days. So I haven't seen any photos yet. I will see when, by the time I edit this video, if I can add a photo of that release. I think actually that it has like the same cover. I'm pretty tempted to double dip on this one, but I'm not sure yet, because I really like 88 Films releases, and I'm very curious to see what they did with this movie. So that's all for the review. Would love to hear on the comments if you have watched this movie, what does it mean to you, if you have watched it when you were a kid. And remember to head out to Instagram to check out the photos of the release. And again, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all at Tokyo.